Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today started off like any other chill Monday. I had 3 clients booked, 2 press-on orders to ship, and I was trying out a new cuticle oil I'd been making in my kitchen. The weather? Real cloudy, like one of those days where you just know something weird's gonna happen. I didn't know how weird though. I made myself a caramel iced coffee, opened my planner, and started going over my budget. I use this little app called Cashflow that tracks how much I spend on nail supplies versus what I bring in from clients, Etsy, and brand deals. I noticed something strange. I had a $300 deposit from a name I didn't recognize, S. Whitaker Holdings, LLC. Now listen, I'm usually real sharp with my finances, but I brushed it off, thinking maybe it was a brand paying me late or something. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Bree is one of my regulars. She's been coming for over a year, loves her chrome nails, and talks a lot. Today, though, she was acting weird, looking out the window every couple minutes. She whispered, "Kai, do you believe in coincidences?" I laughed and said, "Girl, not when the IRS is involved." She didn't laugh back. Instead, she showed me this crumpled envelope. It was addressed to a woman named Shonda Whitaker and had a 1999 postmark from Savannah, Georgia. Now I'm thinking, why does that name sound familiar? Bree tells me. This was in a thrifted purse I bought over the weekend from a little shop in East Point. There was cash inside, $700, and this letter talking about a bank account that hasn't been touched since 2001. That's when it clicked. I paused the appointment to search Shonda Whitaker, Savannah, GA. And y'all, I swear I got chills. She'd gone missing in 1999. Cold case. Never solved. She was a 29-year-old bank manager. Disappeared after closing one Friday night. Her purse and keys were found in the trunk of her car, but no trace of her since. And guess what? The bank she worked at? First Savannah Holdings. That same LLC that sent me the mystery deposit. Instead of eating, I went full detective. I started searching for S. Whitaker Holdings LLC and found it was registered just 2 months ago, in my city. The registered agent, a guy named Victor L. Jennings, who just so happened to be a former financial consultant. I looked him up on LinkedIn, no updates since 2019, but a Reddit thread from a finance forum in 2021 mentioned his name in connection to missing trust fund money. Y'all, I was deep now. My last client of the day, Tamika, was a first-timer. She booked a gel overlay and came in quiet, sunglasses on indoors. When I asked her how she found me, she hesitated, said a friend recommended me but wouldn't say who. While I was drilling her cuticles, her phone buzzed. I glanced at the screen. VJ Holdings, transfer confirmed. Now I'm freaking out. I try to act normal, finish the set, and she tips me $100 in cash. But the way she looked at me as she left, like she knew something, or like I was being tested. I finally call my bank and ask where that $300 deposit came from. They trace it to a newly opened account under, get this, my name, but with an old mailing address I've never used. The address? My stomach dropped. That's the same address listed on Shonda's last known driver's license. I text Bree to tell her everything, and she replies with just one sentence. I made it all up. I'm like, what? She sends me a photo. It's her, dressed in 90s clothes, standing next to a woman who looks exactly like her, but older. Identical. Bree says, Shonda was my mother. She disappeared when I was 6. I created the LLC. I used your channel to start a chain reaction. I just needed someone sharp enough to follow it. Someone with reach. You're it. Y'all. My heart was racing. I sat there staring at my phone. So, I wasn't randomly chosen. This was planned. Bree had planted everything. The purse, the deposit, even Tamika, who it turns out was an undercover financial investigator. They've been working off record to try and reopen Shonda's case. All they needed was for someone not tied to law enforcement to follow the breadcrumbs. And that someone was me. So now, I don't just do nails. I help solve cold cases. One client at a time. 2 days later, I got a package at my nail suite. No return address, just a gold envelope sealed with a wax stamp that had the initials SW. Inside was a flash drive and a typed note. Some secrets aren't buried, they're transferred. Okay, dramatic much? But I was hooked. I plugged the flash drive into my laptop and found a single file labeled Ledger 1998.csv. It was an old spreadsheet of bank transactions, dozens of names, amounts, and account numbers. The craziest part? One of the accounts was still active and paying out monthly dividends. Guess whose name was listed as the beneficiary? Mine. Y'all, I've never opened a trust account in my life. But somehow, one was set up under my name 10 years ago, when I was still in high school. It didn't make sense, until I saw a small column labeled Successor Key ID next to my name. When I Googled it, I found out it's a code used in international finance to reroute funds from dormant accounts, usually in fraudulent trust transfers. Basically, somebody was laundering money using cold case identities. And it gets deeper. Several of the names on that spreadsheet, I later found out they were all missing women of color whose cases went cold between 1997 and 2003, all in the Southeast. And someone had funneled money out of their abandoned accounts straight into new shell LLCs. Here's where it gets dark. I met with Tamika again, this time off the record. She came clean. She wasn't just an investigator. She was Shonda's cousin. She said back in '99, Shonda had uncovered a scheme inside her bank where high-level execs were funneling trust money from dormant accounts of deceased or missing women into offshore companies. When she threatened to report it, she vanished. The theory was always embezzlement gone wrong. But now we knew. It was organized, multi-state, and it never stopped. Tamika said Bree had tracked me for months, impressed with how I handled finances on my YouTube and how detail-oriented I was as a nail tech. They needed someone smart but unassuming, someone who wouldn't be on a government payroll. That's when it hit me. All those little odd clients I'd been getting this year, the one who paid me in Canadian dollars, the girl who wanted glitter tips and asked me about wire fraud, they weren't just random, they were testing me, grooming me, low-key for this role. So yeah, 1 minute, I'm gluing rhinestones. The next, I'm decoding a 20-year financial conspiracy tied to missing Black women, corrupt banks, and secrets that literally landed in my Venmo. And if this story goes silent, y'all know why. To the channel where mystery meets nail obsession. I break down chilling cases, shocking twists, and unsolved stories you won't stop thinking about. Disclaimer: the crime stories shared on this channel are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Viewer discretion is advised, as the themes may still include sensitive or suspenseful content. Watch as I bring you thrilling tales well. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload.